Hey y'all. So, listen, welcome. Hopefully this message resonates with somebody. This is going to be more so of me talking today. Um but I will be pulling cards as well. What comes out comes out. But so in this deck there's a card and it's called it's unfoldment. It's a lotus flower. And it's giving the energy of okay, so sometimes God tells us no, but it's not a no. It's a not right now. And somebody right now, this is like more so a business or a finance reading or something like that. This isn't going to be about love. I mean, it could pertain to love, but take it as it resonates for your situation. But sometimes when he tells us no, it's a not right now. And he needs for us to go through the journey, enjoy the journey. That way we can be the person that we need to be. So that way at the end of the process, we have something to speak on. You can't have, well, dang it, it just lost me. But you know that saying of, whew, you can't have a testimony without going through the test, or, you know what I mean? Like, that's the energy that I'm picking up on. And I'm getting, it's been a long time coming. It's a song that literally just played in my head, and I'm getting teary-eyed. Like, this is an emotional reading, but whoever you are, you potentially could have went through a lot. Like, you potentially could have went through, whether this be a major heartbreaks, like constantly, or you may feel like if you're taking this as a business, or and look into your finances or something like that type of reading, you could have felt like you've taken like a loss after loss after loss. But God is just really testing your commitment, is what they're telling me. And he's seeing like, what kind of person are you when you're at the bottom. So sorry, y'all. So yeah, I'm sorry. Ooh, that hit me strong. Like, that hit me very strongly. Like, what kind of person are you at the bottom? Rabbits could be very significant. I told y'all this energy keeps coming out. Major things are really about to happen in your life. Like, I know I said that I wasn't gonna pull cards, but y'all, it choked me up, like, and I feel like I can't really talk through it, so I'm just gonna let the cards do it, and then I'll talk on the cards. But there you go. I knew it was gonna show itself, but this is the card that I was talking about. And if you look at this card, like, it gives like Ace of Pentacles vibes to me. And because I don't know if you can see it, but it gives the Ace of Pentacles, and it also gives the Sun card as well. But for whoever you may be, let me get it together, I promise. Okay, but for whoever you may be, you really could have been experiencing like major heartaches, constant like feelings of failure, and like this reading, if you can't tell, like, it pertains to me too. Like, I feel like everybody goes through their season where they feel like they're at the bottom, and you may feel like you're not winning, but you are just becoming in alignment with what's for you. And sometimes in order to get to where we gotta go, we gotta go through hell in order to get there. Because like I said, God needs to see what kind of person that you really are in his life. Like, what kind of person do you want to be? He knows who he needs you to be, but are you okay with being that person? So he needs to see how you act when, like, I'm gonna get it out, y'all. He needs to see how you're gonna act when people do you wrong. He needs to see how you're gonna act when people are dishonest and disloyal and they stab you in the back or they turn their back. And like, because like the things that God gives to us, he don't just give it to just anybody. Like, he can't. Because people, you have to understand that like karma is real. And I say that because but also you have to realize like some things are gifts of God, but then some things are gifts of the devil. So some people may look at somebody and say, why do they get this? Well, you don't know what they did to get that. So that's why they always say, like, don't stop comparing yourself to other people as well. Because it's like who gives people this cup, matters. Origin stories matter. And what's your origin story? Is what I just heard. Like, what's your origin story? Like, when people come to you and they talk to you and they say, what's your dark side? What did you go through? What's your trials? What's your testimony? Like, you have something to say. You can't just, like, your story can't, like, not everybody's story can be the story of, oh, my mama did it for me, my daddy did it for me, or, I was born into it. Not everybody has that blessing, because some people are meant to be the starter of that, and that could potentially be you. But also, I'm getting that, like, God needs for you to understand that was a conflict card, 5 of Wands. But God needs for you to understand, too, that, like, all things, like, do come to an end. And that's what this 10 of Swords is getting, like, we may think that this is never going to end. We're never going to get out of this moment. We're never going to get out of this cycle. Like, when is it going to end? When is it going to end? But there is an end to everything in life. Everything in life comes to an end. Everything. And you really are becoming, like, I see it. They're showing me a butterfly coming out of a chrysalis. And like a lot of butterflies really don't make it. A lot of people don't know that, but it's really, it takes a lot for a caterpillar to change, and a lot of them really aren't able to complete that transformation. A lot of them end up dying because they're not strong enough to get out of the chrysalis. Like caterpillars, they die, and then they come back to life to become a butterfly. And I'm seeing that, like, whoever you are, like with this emergence card, I asked for clarification on the emergence card. You are emerging to become like a person that's able, like, you're able to find balance, but you're also, you're able to like all those, so you could be a person that, like, or if you're not a person, maybe you should start, but they're showing me a person who writes a lot, and like you may write out like the things that you want to do. So like, let's say, even if like right now you're not able to, so it's like, let's say you're like, I want to be able to take trips around the world, or you kind of, it's like a manifestation list of things that you want from life or in life. And it's like, it's a person that's about to be able to manifest very, very quickly is what I'm picking up on. It's a person that's able to think about something, put the action behind it, and it happens like almost immediately, because it's like God is giving you like this clearance to like be able to come out of this resting period of like just thinking about it, and it actually like coming true, it actually coming to fruition. And it's given the energy of like he had to also remove like because as this card was coming out, before this card came out, they told me that the people in your life they had to remove were really deceptive. And it was people that they knew that you were gonna make it. They knew it before you knew it. It's something about your inner. People can tell. People can tell when somebody has something ordained over their life. And the same way how you have gifts, other people have gifts, and they may not know it, but they do, and they may not even know what they're doing. Some people may be like, I don't know why I even like hanging out with her. I don't even like her, or something like that. That's what I just heard somebody say. And is giving that's what they're drawn to. They're drawn to who you are and what you can do, is what I like. They're drawn to your status. And that it's the energy though that you give off. Even if you may not be there yet, something in you like shows in your aura, and they're attracted to the light. They're like moths attracted to the light. And to them, they don't even know why they like you or why they want to be around you so bad, but that's why they want to be around you so bad. And God had to put these people around you so that way, like when you do make it, it's like, and you're about to get, I can feel it, all queens may come out today. You're really about to like be able to stand in your power. And the thing is this, he needed you to see the people that came around, take note of those who came around and left, and make sure that they stay gone for good reasons, because he allowed you to see who they truly were. I just heard I needed them to see you at your bottom, so that way when you get to the top, they can't say that you changed. They can't say that you act different. They can't say that you act bougie. They can't say that, you this, you that. Because I'm getting that whoever you are, you could potentially like, sometimes like people could take you like you come off better than what you think, that you're better than what you are. But you really are a humble person when they get to know you. They see you as that because they don't know why, but they can tell that you are meant to be more. So it's like you give off the energy of I'm better than what I am, because your energy is the energy of a person that's already made it. 333 on the clock, but your energy is the person of a person that's already made it, because you technically are aligned with that. Like you are in alignment to become that person. But he needed for them people to see like you are truly who you are. Like you always will be, you always have been. You're consistently being that person. So we have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands out here. So the story of the Queen of I'm telling you, there go the Magician card. You're about to be able to really not only be able to manifest the things that you want, but also the people that are around you will glow as well. So when some people are also attracted to you because blessings pass on to people that you're connected to. That's just it. You know how they say, like, I don't know if you've ever heard how like people really do have holds on other people. I got 2 examples to give, and I'm sorry if this triggers somebody, but let's say you have somebody that's about to pass away in your life and they're in the hospital. There's been stories where like And I'm so sorry if you just lost somebody, but there's been stories of somebody being in the hospital, and you have to be able to let that person go because your energy is holding them here. And I don't know if y'all ever heard of stories like that before, but like how loved ones would go to the hospital and they'll be praying for that person to like not go. And that person won't go. The person won't transition over because that person's prayers are really holding them there. Because that connection is so strong. And spiritually, that person that knows that they may need to transition, they're spiritually weak. So they can't let go. They stay because the other person has so much power over them. And until that person stops praying for that person to stay, they have to stay there. But the other thing that they're telling me is like, it's the same thing with relationships. Sometimes you may be such a good person and people may do you wrong, but you still hold on to them because you always see the good in people. And God makes it to where they have to be so deceptive, they have to do something so bad to you in order for you to let them go, unless they let you go first. And like, it's really gonna cost for these people to come back. I'm telling you, they're gonna come back. When you hit this victory, they're gonna come back. And they're gonna come back with this sorry ass apology of, I'm sorry I treated you this way. I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry. But what they're sorry about is that I'm sorry that I didn't close my mouth a little bit longer. I'm sorry. I spoke out of turn. I'm sorry that I couldn't fake it a little bit longer. That's what they're really sorry about. They're not sorry for the way that they really treated you, to be honest. And I also just heard, I'm sorry, that the sorries are gonna come because they don't like the karma that they reap after they do these things to you. Karma sometimes also doesn't always have to be the acts of like something bad happened to a person. It could be this person having to deal with you glowing up. It could be, you know, them having to sit, like I just heard, sit on the floor as you sit at the table and they watch you eat. And that's the truth. Listen, I'm telling you. Y'all saw how that car flew out? Like, come on. Come on, spirit. I'm telling you. Y'all, I just heard your cup will overflow. The things, and feathers could be very significant to you as well. I just heard for some reason, don't let the paint go dry. Don't let the paint dry out. I don't know, you could be a painter. You could be a painter or you could paint to like express yourself, but it's something here about like, they're showing me for some reason like a person painting and they're like drinking a glass of wine and they walk away from the paint set. And when they walk away from the paint set, it's like the paint dries a little bit. And when they come back to it, it's something about like the colors changing. Okay, so they're also showing, okay, so they're telling me also like, you know how when you go and you buy, like for example, like nail polish or just paint to put on a wall or anything like that, and the color that you see on the card, like it looks different than the color that you put on the wall. For some reason, they're showing me paint and something about drying. And it's like, that was so random. But like, it's something about the colors changing when the color dries. I don't know. Hopefully that resonates to somebody because I don't know what they're talking about. But it's something here about like the color of paint. Wait till it dries or don't let it dry. Take that as a resonate. But anyway. But whoever you are, you could also see like money coming out of nowhere. Like, not to say, you know, money just gonna appear in your account, but you could be getting like certain offers coming through, like out of nowhere, of people wanting to do business with you. And I'm not talking like let's say you do a cupcake business. Don't know why they just gave me cupcakes. Y'all, they be giving me the weirdest examples, like stuff I don't even resonate with. But let's say you own a cupcake business, and your normal workload is like five, like somebody just walks in the store and it's like, oh, can I order 5 cupcakes, for the family? Or hey, like, can I get a cupcake? Somebody's gonna walk through the door and be like, hey, I need to order for like 1,000 cupcakes for this convention, and I need 1,000 cupcakes for a 3-day convention. So 3,000 cupcakes. That's what it's giving. It's giving like contracts that are also like renewable. So let's say that they have these conventions like 4 times a year. So they need 3,000 cupcakes 4 times a year. That's 12,000 cupcakes. So they signed a contract to say you can give them 12,000 cupcakes every time, every year, 12,000 cupcakes, or whatever cupcake they want. 12,000 cupcakes. That's what it's giving. And it's not just giving like one of these. It's giving like a couple, a couple, and not 2. But it's giving an abundance. Like, what do you want? Like, God is like, how much do you want? It's like God is giving you a blank check. I don't know if y'all seen that movie. I don't know the name of it, but yeah, it's giving a blank check. And God really did have to put you through this. Like, I'm hearing that. So the way that they're showing me these cards is like, you know how like when in movies, how when people are blindfolded, right? And okay, so the way they're showing me this is they go contracts. Listen, I'm telling you, the contracts about to get signed. Stop playing. So this is given as God had to like put a veil over your eyes and just keep pouring into you. And he, not to say like you couldn't see where this stuff was coming from, but it's like as God dish out things to us, like our trials and our tribulations and our tests and stuff like that, you couldn't tell like, which direction this stuff was coming from. You were just rolling with the punches. And he was just throwing them at you. And this whole time though, as he's throwing these punches at you, you're still like, I'm taking it. Until like finally one day he takes the veil off and he's like, you've been surrounded by your own punches. You've been surrounded by your own journey. You've been surrounded by like things that, not necessarily to say like you could have avoided them because they make you who you are, but you have been avoided by the things, I just heard, the things that you signed up for. Because before we come to earth, we sign a contract of the lessons that we want to go through to help us become a person that we need to be. And this is given like he's dishing to you everything that you signed up for. But also, you put yourself through this for a reason. Like, you and God sat at the table and y'all talked. And he's just doing as you both agreed upon. And you're up here thinking that like he doesn't love you. Y'all, this is given like, okay, so sometimes if you look at other readers and stuff, like kind of like what I was just saying, like a lot of people look at the Temperance card and they see it as like earth angels. And like, so those conversations with God and everything, like he just really wants you to know that, okay, so don't take this the wrong way for whoever, you know, it may, but I just heard like God keeps a close eye on you. And okay, so you know how people say, be careful about how you treat people and you do people. This is given like God like gets mad. They say God has a rap, okay, like no other. And this is really given those who mess you over or do you wrong. Like, yes, they were meant to show you, you know, show you who you were and they were supposed to do wrong by you, but some of them I heard took it too far and they kept at it. They did what they were supposed to do, but they kept at it. And God was like, he had to intervene on some of it, because if not, they would have took it way too far. And the people who took it too far, like they just piled on their karma. So yeah, they gonna watch you eat, but I just heard that some of them are gonna be kissing your feet. And and I don't mean that in like a egotistical way or anything like that, but some of them really are going to be kissing your feet in the sense of asking for apologies, because they're going to be scared of the karma that comes back on top of them. I'm saying, like, let's say like they start businesses or something like that, God will take things from you and give it to other people. I'm saying, like, you know how, so for example, I had a friend who told me some things that he did in his life. And I told him, I didn't want to scare him, but I told him, I was like, listen, God is going to come back and he's going to get what's owed. And I was like, I pray that, you know, you stay protected. But, like, not to say that God takes life for a life, but for some reason I was drawn to say an eye for an eye with him. And when I said this, it freaked him out, because when he told me the stuff that he did, y'all, I could see it. Like, he used to drink a lot, like a lot. And I mean, to the point where it would be scary, y'all. It would be so scary. And I was like, you drink so much because you're running from your demons. Your demons are out to get you. Like, they was showing me at the time, like, the hellhounds was out to get him. And it's almost like he was drinking to ignore them. Like, they up here knocking at the door. And I was telling him, I was like, you got some stuff on your life. And like, y'all, he got into, like, so one day we get a phone, like his friends get a phone call and they're like, so-and-so just got in a really bad accident. Like, we don't know if he's gonna make it. Y'all, him and his girl at this time they were going somewhere, and it was going around a curve, and I think he might have been speeding and he lost control of the car. Y'all, the car wrecked, and like, this girl got out this car with not a scratch on her, y'all. She might have had a few scratches, but like unharmed. This man was so crunched up into this car, they had to like cut the roof off to get him out. Like, I'm talking like he was unconscious for months, like almost 2 months, I think. And like, when this man woke back up, because he basically had a stroke and everything too, and they had to like do surgery on him. Like, it was a lot. But when he came back to, like, there was a night where I broke down crying, because I was like, I prayed for him. And this is what I mean sometimes. And it's not to say that, you know, I had anything to do with this. I may not, I don't know. But y'all, when I tell y'all, I broke down crying, and I was like, I pray that he returns, because at that time, I really didn't feel like he paid his karma. And this is what I mean by karma is real. But sometimes it's over, like, people overdo it. And I was like, I was praying, and I was like, I pray that he truly has learned his lesson. And I prayed for his safe return, but him to return as a different person, one that's better. And I be damn, like, I think that next week they got a phone call and they were like, he woke up. And now I do strongly think that as well, like, people, when they are unconscious, they have talks with Jesus. And for some reason, when he woke up, he actually told his friends, like, Nisha scares me. And I didn't like that because I'm like, you know, or before, I can't remember if they told me, like, he said it before or after, but he was like, Nisha scares me, like, because the conversation that I had with him, he felt like I had something to do with what happened to him because of what I said. And I was like, that's just how it works. Like, that's just life. But this is what this is given. And like, God is gonna punish the people. So you don't gotta do nothing. Like, that's what this is given. Like, God is gonna punish the people that do things to you because you are his earth angel. Period. And he keeps track of the things that they do. So that way he can dish it back to them 10 times, 20 times harder. Like, oh, you gonna throw a punch? I'm gonna throw two. Like, for real. And it's like, it's effortless when he does it. No effort has to come from you. No effort has to come from you. It's gonna be effortless. Like, I'm telling you. Like, it's gonna be like, they wake up and like all of a sudden, bam, like it's giving major tower moments. Like, bam, bam, bam. Like, when I'm telling you, it's like waking up to somebody like on top of you, just pounding you in the face. That's the picture that they're giving me in my head. Like, yeah. I just heard, oh, you think you got away? Like, looking at this card is a you think you got away. All right, one more card. This is getting real long. You know what? That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Y'all? This is giving like major tower moments for these people. And like, whoever you are, like, I don't think you really understand the calling that may be over your life. Like, for real. And I'm like, I'm not big on YouTube. So like, if you see this video, like, it's meant for you. Like, for real, real. Well, let's just say I'm not big yet, period, poo. But trust in the unknown. One more card. Other sky. I'm telling y'all the same. I call the cards that come out. One, the same cards always do come out for me, like in this energy lately. But listen, be brave and honest. Direction guardian, choose your path. Like, I'm telling you, your path is already written because you already had that conversation with God. But at the end of the day, there is free will. 333 on the clock again. But there is free will in life. But God wants you to know that whatever you choose to do, he stands behind you full-heartedly. Just make sure that you always stay true to who you are as a person. Never change who you are. And don't let these people sway you. Don't let these people talk you out of being a good person. Don't let these people talk you out of, like, getting out of your character. You know, like, stay true to who you are. Like, I was about to say, you know, F conformity, but for real, like, normalize being yourself. Don't be like these other people, fake and phony and putting on shows and, you know, trying to hold fake, like, no, screw that. And my right ear just started, like, ringing so loud. Like, that's confirmation. I'm telling y'all, it's given. You will reap what you sow. That's all I'm going to say. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully this does resonate with y'all. Sorry about all the crying and boo-hooing that I just did. But y'all, this message needed to come out for real. As you could tell, it was like, it wasn't heavy on my heart. But it was something that I really did need to get out and say, because people really be like, acting like, you know, not to say like stuff is easy. But everybody struggles in life, yes. it's about the beauty though that comes out of it. Like, it's given Phoenix are coming out of, like, Phoenix born out of ashes. That's what this reading is definitely giving. The Phoenix is about to be born out of the ashes. Now whether for you that is very soon, like, and very soon can be like divine timing. You know how they say, like, oh my gosh, you know, so for you that could be a week, that could be a year, that could be but I'm really getting, like, by the end of the year. Like, that's what this is giving me. It's giving me by the end of the year, you will see, like, things really, really start to shift. Like, people will start falling out of your life, like, out of nowhere. Like, that's how you're gonna know, get signs that, like, stuff is about to start happening for you. Because you're gonna start feeling like, what the fuck did I do wrong? What's going on? You know what I mean? And it's because God is making those shifts and making those changes so that way he can finally reward you with the things that, you know, you deserve. But hopefully you guys, this resonate, like I said, and hopefully y'all enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, however this reading finds you. Hopefully it finds you with grace, and, you know, it instills hope and faith inside of you. That, you know, everything that you want is yours, and you're already aligned with it. It's already yours. So yes, bye y'all.